Hello, everyone. My name is Bryn Krug, and I am the managing editor here at the Northern Star.
And I'm Sarah Rose. I'm a copy editor. And welcome back to The Trend, a Northern Star pop culture podcast.
So, on The Trend, each week we go over some trending pop culture topics, and then at the end, we rank them from worst to best.
Let's get into it. Today is going to be similar to last week, where we only have one topic because it dominates everything else, and that is the 77th Primetime Emmys that happened last night in Los Angeles. This is a big one. This is, like second to the Oscars. The Oscars is about film. The Emmys is the big one about TV shows. And it was interesting. I didn't watch it, but I was keeping up with it. Did you have anyone you were rooting for? Because I had quite a few.
I wasn't familiar with the list of nominees, so I wasn't initially caring about it. But then as I was looking through the results, Sarah can attest to this. I'm literally getting worked up right now. Oh my God, I'm angry because the rehearsal from Nathan Fielder, directed by him, was only nominated in 2 categories, and it didn't win either of them. And for one of them was outstanding directing for a comedy series.
Yeah.
I think it should have gone to him. The rehearsal is...
I don't know what it's about.
Oh my God. I literally nerd out on the rehearsal so much. So the premise of the show, it's a documentary.
I saw
and
that, yeah.
Season 1, Nathan Fielder is like... he had the show Nathan For You, which is pretty popular. I feel like even if you don't know it, you've definitely seen a clip.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of viral moments from it. So season 1 of the rehearsal follows the premise where Nathan Fielder thinks that basically you can prepare for anything in life by just rehearsing for it. So he finds real people who have, maybe a difficult conversation that they want to accomplish, and builds a replica set of a location, like complete replica, and hires actors to play their friends and family.
Oh my
and
God.
Literally fills up whole spaces to rehearse this scene over and over again to prepare this person. But it's really funny, has a lot of great moments.
That's
cool. Season 1. Season 2, Nathan Fielder is trying to solve this problem among airlines, where he was personally interested in airplane crashes, so he had done a lot of research, and he found that on a lot of the black box recordings of plane crashes, a lot of the times the co-pilots had actually said, "Hey, I think there's something wrong. Hey, I think we should do this," and pointed something out, and the pilot ignored them, and then the plane crashed. So, even though those weren't the poor pilot to co-pilot communication wasn't the sole cause of the crash, it was a contributing factor.
Yeah.
And the crash potentially could have not happened if that conflict had been resolved. So he uses the method of rehearsing to try to make pilots, real life pilots and co-pilots, more comfortable with each other and try to figure out a solution to this problem. And I will say the last episode in the arc it takes is insane, and he dedicated so much of his time to this. The rehearsal, great show, genuinely mind-blowing, so good. I recommend it to everyone. Nathan Fielder's a genius, and he should have been given his flowers at the Emmys, because
I agree now.
This is for TV, and it was a great show, so it sucks that it did not win anything, and it should have, but go watch it.
I will go watch it. I've never heard of a show like that before. That's so cool.
Explaining the premise actually sounds insane. Oh my God, and there's if this will hook you, it also in the second season, 3 clone dogs.
What?
He finds these people who have 3 dogs that they cloned from their previous dog.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Isn't that crazy? So yeah, watch it for great comedy and for clone dogs.
You heard her.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But anyway, now that I've ranted about that, what were you rooting for?
Dude, So I only watch and love 3 of the shows that were nominated, and that was The Last of Us, although the second season did horribly. I love The Bear, which also did horribly, and Andor, which is like one of the best pieces of media I've ever watched. So I was rooting for all of those. And The Bear in the past years have taken home so many awards.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting, The Bear only took home 0. It took home 0 awards. Whereas last year it took home the most awards for like a comedy series ever. They took home they took home 10 last year and 0 this year, which is crazy because they had like 13 nominations. And they've always, because they're on their 4th season, so they've always been like super well acclaimed, but this last season did so bad.
Yeah.
But Andor was the opposite, and that's a Star Wars show. I don't know if you've heard of it.
I have.
But it's so good.
It's live action?
It's live action.
Okay.
It I don't know if you know Star Wars timeline, but it takes place before the Death Star gets destroyed by Luke and Leia. Like, it's the leading up points and how everything was like a domino effect for that to happen and for Darth Vader to get destroyed. And it's so good. And it took home 8 nominations, I think.
Yeah, and I think just in general, I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. Like, I've seen, obviously,
Movies?
like, the main 6.
Okay, good.
And then I think
One?
I've seen, like, I saw Rogue One.
Yes.
I think I saw maybe, like, the 2 of them with, like, Finn and Rey.
Oh,
think I
that's
saw.
part of the main ones.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Those
I don't
are
know if
the-
I watched, I think there may have been 3 of those. Were there 3?
Yeah,
I didn't
3
watch, I don't know
sequels.
if I watched the last one.
Oh, okay.
But I feel like Star Wars is a franchise that has like continued to put out good content and a good like variety of content, whereas I feel like Marvel is another one that it's like that's such a huge franchise with so many movies coming out,
Yeah.
but and obviously they have so many spin-offs, but I feel like they've been falling off so much. So it's like I feel like it's nice that Star Wars is still able to maintain that.
Yeah, and honestly, good for them because, Star Wars' other live action shows, I've liked them. The only one I don't like is the Book of Boba Fett, but the other ones I liked. But the majority of people have a problem with the other shows, and so when Andor, they won 5 Emmys, which I'm so proud. They took home the award for Best Writing, which people were shocked about because they're like, no way a Star Wars show is taking home Best Writing. Just because there are other shows that haven't been super great. But I love them.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm so happy for Andor. They deserve everything. You know, if you remember Rogue One, it had Andor in it. Like, the show leads up to the movie, which is really cool. But Andor took home a lot. Also, Severance, which I'm just starting, which is an Apple TV show. Apple TV has some bangers.
Yeah.
I just don't be hearing about them. But they took home 8 awards, which is awesome. I'm so excited. I'm watching that show with Olivia, my roommate, and we're only on episode 3, but it's so good. And I think this is Ben Stiller's show.
Yeah.
Like, he created it. And it's such a cool plot and story, and the actors are so good. And so I'm so happy they took home 8. But other than that, those are the only ones I was rooting for. There were the ones that dominated the night I have never heard of.
Yeah. For Severance, I only saw like the first 2 episodes, but it was good. It was just like, I was like watching it with like my mom back home, and then it was like, so it's like I'm not going to watch it on my own, and I'm not back home frequently enough to get really into it. So it was more just a circumstantial thing. But like when season 2 came out, like it was all anyone was talking about, and everyone was talking about just how good it was. So I definitely think the wins for that are deserved. But yeah.
So I'll just say the 2 shows that dominated the night was a show called The Studio, which beat the record that The Bear held, which was most Emmys won in a single night. The Studio won 13 Emmys, and that is the most a TV show has ever won in a single Emmy cycle, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
And I've never heard of the studio.
Yeah, I'm looking, just like the description on Google says, this guy who's newly appointed head of Continental Studios. Desperate for celebrity approval, he and his executive team at the movie studio must juggle corporate demands with creative ambitions as they try to keep movies alive and relevant. And it is classified as a satirical cringe comedy. Oh my goodness, I'm looking at the cast. It has, so it's Seth Rogen, and I believe he directed it as well.
Yeah.
And then it also, like, Catherine Hahn, Bryan Cranston's in it, Dave Franco. Like, that's a pretty good cast.
Stacked.
And yeah, I have genuinely never heard of the show.
Me neither.
But after seeing everything it won and just like looking at the description, and I like Seth Rogen. So after that, I'm like, okay, I might have to check this out. I definitely
I know. And it's Apple TV. I'm telling you, they have bangers.
Mm-hmm.
They just, nobody goes on there.
I feel like they do really good with awards. Like, wasn't like Ted Lasso Apple TV too?
Yep. No, I'll have to watch the studio. And then the second show that won the most with 9 awards was called The Penguin, which I've never heard of.
That's the Batman spinoff.
Oh, no way. What?
You didn't know?
I did not.
Like Robert Pattinson's Batman.
I loved his movie.
Yeah, it's a drama miniseries. Yeah, I heard pretty good things about it. I feel like when it was coming out.
It came out last year. I think I did hear about this.
Yeah.
I definitely did. I forgot about it.
Yeah, I feel like I remember people saying that it was like good, but not like out of this world. Like, I don't think it was, people found it comparable to the movie, but.
Oh, it doesn't star him, Robert Pattinson.
Yeah. I mean, I think it did fairly well, though.
Okay, well, no wonder it did well. It's DC.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's good. Both of those shows, like, took home, like, leading actor, leading actress. Mm-hmm. Severance took home supporting actress. Also took home supporting actor. Severance did that too.
The other one that was on this a lot that I saw was this show called The Pit, which won Outstanding Drama Series. And I've literally never heard of this before.
Me neither.
So I looked it up, and it's a medical show. And I was so shocked, because I shouldn't be shocked, because obviously medical shows have done, like,
they
both like
well.
Grey's Anatomy and House MD like got Emmy nominations.
Mm-hmm.
But in my mind, like, medical shows and then also like cop shows are like TikTok shows. As in, like, I feel like I only see, like, I'll watch clips of the show and like all the parts on, like, it'll show up like on my For You page, but I wouldn't consume it. But for medical shows, best medical shows, House MD. I love House MD.
That's what people say.
Because it is kind of like in an ironic way of like it's very absurd. Like, Dr. House, like, you know, is like constantly like rude to all the patients and acts crazy and like genuinely will like prescribe people like cigarettes. Like, it's insane.
God.
So it's really funny. But yeah, I watched the trailer for The Pit, and just based on that, like, it looked decent. But again, I haven't heard anyone talking about it.
Me neither.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't feel like it's that revolutionary.
No.
But I also haven't seen it. But yeah, I don't think it looks bad, though.
No. You know what is revolutionary? So, have you heard of a show called Adolescence on Netflix? It's the short anthropology series.
I know I've heard of it, but like, I don't know what it's about. But I have heard a lot of people talk about it.
So it follows this like little boy. He's like 13. He gets accused of murdering this girl, and there's like, I think it's only like 6 episodes, and it goes through like.
Is it Apple TV?
No, it's Netflix.
Oh.
And it's so good. My dad watched it when it came out. But I remember when it came out, everyone was talking about it. And it's like one of the highest rated shows ever on Netflix. But what's unique about it, I'll say, it's a good show because it explores what's called inso culture.
Oh.
Which is like such just
Yeah.
hate for women and girls.
Yeah, incel is like internet slang, and it's short for involuntarily celibate. So, yeah.
Yep. Incel cultures and how it like affects school children. 'Cause I think he was like a middle schooler, and the creator of it, who also like he won an Emmy actually for his acting. He created the show, and he basically said that like it came to him because he read 2 different murders of these young girls in England at like different sides of the country, and like why they got murdered, and it angered him, and so he created the show. But what's interesting is that each episode, which is like 40 minutes, was one single take. Like they didn't do any breaks. Like the camera started and they film, and stopped. And so nobody could mess up. Like everything had to be perfect. Which
That's
I
insane.
can't imagine the nightmare for like the film crew, but it's so cool. And the actor, the young boy, I can't remember his name. I think it's Owen Cooper. He won his first Emmy at 15. This was the first ever show he's ever done, like any piece, and he won, which makes him like the youngest person to ever win an Emmy and that supporting actor.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, there are only 4 episodes.
4 episodes, yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to watch this. I also
I
like,
need to.
there obviously shows are good at different lengths, but I feel like we've been seeing a lot more like mini series and stuff. And it's like this, I think it's awesome because it's like, obviously a movie wouldn't necessarily do this justice, this story, but it's like you don't need to drag it out over 12 episodes.
Yeah.
If you can get like a really good story in 4 episodes, like that's awesome. And I feel like that's so much more, and then again with the single take, like it's so much more artistic. And then also it's more like accessible to the audience almost, because it's like a lot of people don't have time to commit to watching a new show. So I feel like that definitely contributed to the show's popularity.
Yes.
After you described the plot, I was like, oh wait, yeah, now I remember like hearing people talk about this.
It's pretty good.
But yeah, it's like the fact that it's only 4 episodes is like anyone can watch it, and it like you don't have to devote that much time.
Yeah. But yeah, a lot of great wins, some snubs.
Yeah. One that I was surprised didn't win any was The White Lotus.
They didn't win any?
No, it got nominated for Outstanding Drama. 3 different actors were nominated for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Drama Series. Jason Isaacs, Sam Rockwell, and Walton Goggins. Jason Isaacs and Walton Goggins makes sense. Wait, you know who Jason Isaacs is, right? He's Lucius Malfoy. But it's so funny because like
In that
I
show?
didn't even clock that it was him at first, because he like has like short brown hair, so he looks so different without like the hair.
Oh, yes. Oh my God. I know who you're talking about.
And then so Sam Rockwell, he was nominated as an Outstanding Supporting Actor, which is kind of funny because he was only in 1 episode. And he plays, so Walton Goggins' character, he's trying to like avenge like his father's murder. So he like goes to this place and is like kind of in, like meets up with Sam Rockwell, who's like an old friend of his. And Sam Rockwell delivers this one like, it's kind of an out there like monologue where he's like talking about some crazy stuff, and Walton Goggins is like, But so it was like really iconic. And then the fact that he showed up for just that episode, everyone was like, oh my God, it's so cool. So it was like a really good cameo, but it's just funny that it got nominated because like, it's 1 episode.
Crazy.
But for supporting actress, Amy Lou Wood, Carrie Coon, Natasha Rothwell, Parker Posey all got nominated. And the winners for that category was Catherine Lanasa from The Pit, which I haven't even seen The Pit, but I feel like someone from The White Lotus deserves it more than The Pit.
Yeah.
And then Tremel Tillman for Severance won for.
Yes, that's my guy.
Yeah, I definitely understand for that.
That's crazy, because I need to watch that show, but I know how good it is.
Yeah, Outstanding Guest Actor Scott Glenn got nominated, but it went to The Pit. Outstanding Writing, Mike White was nominated, but it went to Andor.
Yes, sir.
Directing, Again, it was nominated, but it went to Slow Horses, which I haven't heard of.
Oh.
Yeah, but those were all the nominations. But I don't know. I mean, The White Lotus, I think it's a great show.
People say
Like,
season 2 is the best. Do you
yeah.
agree?
I don't know, honestly. I don't know. I feel like also it's because they're so different and I watched them so far apart that because I watched them all like when they were coming out. Oh, for those of you who don't know, it's follows the White Lotus Hotel. So it's like these super rich, like unlikably rich characters who are like very stuck up go to this hotel. And then at the beginning of each season, you know that there's a murder. It's like, oh, someone dies. And then
That's really
it
good.
flashes forward to like a week before to when all these characters start their vacation. So the like recurring things is it's always at a White Lotus hotel, but they're in different locations. And there are characters who come back throughout the seasons. Like there are a few ones, but it's mainly like a new set of characters every season. And so it's like a completely different story, which is fun because it's like the same premise, but it's fresh every time.
Yeah.
And like there's been great actors like Theo James, Aubrey Plaza, obviously the ones we all
Jennifer
just mentioned.
Coolidge.
Steve Zahn, who you'd know as Frank Heffley from Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Oh,
He was in it.
shit.
Yeah, so honestly, like, it's like a really good show. And yeah, it's gotten so much praise. And this season also got a lot of praise. So I'm really surprised it didn't win anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's also like it's an exciting show because I said like they change it up every season and it's always like notable people too. Just announced that season 4 is going to be set in France. So everyone's like
exciting.
speculating the cast. So when the cast is announced, we will definitely discuss that.
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
That's exciting. But anyway, I Emmys were mid. Like,
yeah. Do you are you thinking in or out? It's kind of hard, but I feel like I need to watch an episode of The Pit before I could tell you.
I know I need to watch an episode of each of the shows.
I do want to watch The Studio now. I don't
have
know.
an
I'd say
answer.
like in because
It's
some
celeb-
shows that deserved it won, but
yeah.
I think the fact that The Rehearsal didn't win
You
is
tell
out.
'em.
Go watch The Rehearsal. Nathan Fielder is a genius.
Yes.
Like, he is incredible. Fantastic show. Go watch it.
Yes.
And yeah.
We'll see you next week.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for listening. Bye.
Thank you guys for listening and watching.